My mom chose my toxic stepsister over me and kicked me out. Now I got engaged and my fiance's company dropped her husband. She blames me. Mom married Greg when I was 12 and he brought along his daughter Ashley. Ashley was 14 and from day one she made my life miserable. She'd steal my clothes and return them stained. She'd eat my leftovers from the fridge that I specifically saved. She'd use my shampoo until the bottle was empty and then deny it. Mom never said anything to her, ever. When I was 16, Ashley started dating this guy named Troy, who was 21. I told Mom that was weird and maybe she should do something about it. Mom told me I was jealous that Ashley had a boyfriend and I didn't. Ashley overheard and told Mom I called her boyfriend a creep. Mom sat me down that night and said, maybe I should go live with my dad for a while because the house was too tense. I packed my stuff and left the next week. Dad lived 2 hours away, so I had to switch schools halfway through junior year. Lost all my friends, had to start over. Mom called me twice in those 2 years, once on my birthday and once on Christmas. Both times she talked about Ashley for 40 minutes straight. Fast forward 7 years. I'm 25 now and working as a project manager at a tech company. I met my fiance Kevin through work. He's a senior engineer at a different tech firm, makes good money, treats me right. We got engaged 3 months ago. Small proposal at our apartment. Nothing fancy, but it was perfect. I posted the ring photo on social media. Mom saw it and called me for the first time in probably a year. She congratulated me for about 30 seconds and then asked if I could help Ashley out. Ashley and Troy got married 2 years ago, and apparently Troy worked as a contractor at Kevin's company. Mom wanted me to make sure Kevin put in a good word for Troy because his contract was up for review. I told her I don't get involved in Kevin's work stuff. She said I was being selfish and that family helps family. I reminded her that she kicked me out when I was 16. She said I was holding grudges and hung up. 2 weeks later, Kevin came home and told me his company let Troy go. Apparently Troy had been missing deadlines for months and his work quality was terrible. 3 different project leads complained about him. The company decided not to renew his contract. Kevin had nothing to do with the decision. He's in a completely different department and doesn't even work on the same projects as Troy. That weekend, Ashley started blowing up my phone. 37 missed calls, dozens of texts calling me every name you can think of. She said I got Troy fired on purpose. She said I was jealous of her marriage and wanted to ruin her life. She said I convinced Kevin to sabotage Troy's career. None of it made sense because Kevin literally had zero involvement in that decision. Mom called me the next day and said I needed to fix this. I asked her how exactly I was supposed to fix someone being bad at their job. She said I was being difficult and that I obviously had more influence than I was letting on. She said if I really cared about family, I would make Kevin go to his bosses and get Troy rehired. I told her that's not how any of this works. She said I'd always been a problem child and that she should have known I'd turn out vindictive. Then she said maybe it was good I left at 16 because I would have just caused more issues for Ashley. That one hit different. Kevin wanted to call her and explain that he had nothing to do with it, but I told him not to bother. There's no reasoning with her when Ashley's involved. Ashley posted on social media about how I ruined her family and how some people pretend to be successful but are actually miserable inside. Mom shared the post. Troy applied to 3 other companies and got rejected from all of them. Turns out when you do bad work at one place, other places find out. Ashley kept texting me asking why I was doing this to her. I blocked her number after she sent me a photo of their overdue electric bill with a caption that said, "Hope you're happy." Mom showed up at my apartment last month. I don't know how she got my address because I definitely never gave it to her. She stood outside my door and knocked for 10 minutes. I looked through the peephole and just waited until she left. She sent me an email later that night saying I'd changed and not in a good way. Said I used to be sweet and now I'm cold. Said Kevin must be a bad influence. The wedding's in 4 months. I didn't send Mom or Ashley invitations. Greg called me 2 weeks ago and asked why they weren't invited. I told him straight up that they don't get to treat me like garbage for 9 years and then show up to celebrate me. He said families fight and people move on. I said sure, but I already moved on and they weren't part of where I moved to.